Yo, what is going on YouTube? I'm your host Biscuits and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be customizing the Bravado Buffalo EVX. So this vehicle is primarily based off a 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona Banshee, which is going to be an all-electric car. So if you are looking to pick up the Buffalo EVX for yourself, it can be purchased from Legendary Motorsport for $2.1 million. Alright, so here we are in my agency. Now I personally have a problem with customizing cars in my agency, and that's because the lighting. The lighting is horrible. I straight up will not watch all the big YouTubers who customize cars in GTA Online. If they're trying to customize a car in their agency garage, I will straight up just click off the video and I will not watch any of it because the lighting is horrible. I don't know what it is, but you can only see like the second back half of the car. The front half, it's very dark. So with that being said, let's just do the Amani Tech upgrades here at the agency, as well as the armor plating. So $150,000 for armor plating. And let's go ahead and we'll do a missile lock-on jammer. So for the rest of the customization, let's go ahead and head over to the LS car meet, where there is much better lighting, and we can also go ahead and give this thing an HSW upgrade.
Hey, welcome to HSW.
Alright, so here we are at the LS car meet. As you can see, the lighting is much better. So let's start off with the HSW upgrade. So we are looking at 1.4 million just to HSW upgrade this. So with this vehicle being 2.1 million plus the 1.4 million, you're looking at $3.5 million just to get this car up to HSW upgrade, and that does not even include the missile lock-on jammer or the armor plating we did. So very expensive. I mean, you're looking at pretty much just under $4 million to fully upgrade this thing. So very expensive vehicle. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go with the HSW upgrade. So for the armor, let's go ahead and go 100%. For the bodywork, it looks like we can add some arches that make it a little bit more of a wide body. I'm all for the wide bodies, however, it's just going to make the wheels look more sunken in. So with that being said, we'll just leave that stock as it is for now. Let's go ahead and do HSW brakes. For the front bumpers, we have a lot of different options here. Got some splitter options. Carbon splitter, primary extended. Okay, so nothing too crazy. Tell you right now, I'm not going for any of the options that have the extended splitter. So let's go with the carbon flat splitter. That is a good look for the front bumper, I think. Onto the rear bumper, we got street diffuser, race diffuser, or competition. I'm gonna go race diffuser because that is clean. Engine, let's go ahead and go HSW tune. Now onto the hood. Looks like we got stock hood. We can do a clean hood. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but there are actually two holes on the front bumper. It's kind of hard to see from the front, but they do go through and come out right there, right where the hood starts, which is kind of a unique look. So we can do a clean hood, do a buffalo hood, we got a street vent hood, and of course we got some HSW forged carbon options. We're gonna go with the buffalo hood. I think that is looking pretty good. Horn, that's fine. Lights, the headlights look fine as is. On to the livery options. Alright, so we got white stripes. We got black stripes. We got classic stripes, so it's like on the rear end of the car. It's kind of unique. Got the classic racing livery. Raga Rum Racing. We got white camo. Black camo. Welcome to the tribe. Lots of tribal art going on there, I guess you would call it. We got the No-Go Vodka Racing. Sprunk Racing. And then the two HSW liveries. So I'm not really crazy about any of the livery options, except for maybe the white stripes, black stripes, or classic stripes. It just depends on what color we go with for the respray. So let's leave the liveries off for now. We may come back to them. Okay, so looks like we can do some louvers, primary, secondary, carbon, primary alternative, secondary alternative, and carbon. Not really a fan of any of those, so we'll leave those off. Onto the mirrors. Primary bullet mirrors, those are kind of interesting to look. So I do like carbon mirrors, but not for every build, so let's go ahead and go for the primary bullet mirrors. Alright, for the mode, we're definitely going to want to go HSW Race Plus mode. $100,000 for that. This is a very, very expensive car. Onto the plate, let's go ahead and go yellow on black. Respray, we will come back to that very last. For the roll cage, I am not that crazy about roll cages, so we'll go ahead and leave the roll cage off. Onto the roof, we got a stock roof, got a stripped roof, secondary stripped, carbon stripped. We got the street roof. So it looks like it adds like an inset there in the center. Secondary street, carbon street, the race roof, so it looks like that is just a hood scoop. And there's secondary option, carbon, vortex generator, single fin, another roof scoop, and alternative roof scoop. Yeah, so I personally like the street roof. I like the inset there. I feel like it does complement the front bumper. As you can see, the two front holes in the front bumper that I was mentioning in the beginning of this video. So let's go for the street roof on that. For the side skirts, so we've got some options. Okay, so they all look pretty much the same except for these last four options. The wing, as you can see, there's a little wing at the bottom, very bottom on the right side there on the side skirt, little wing option. The rest are pretty much primary, secondary, all that good stuff. So I personally like the carbon skirt that matches up with the front bumper option we went with. I think that is a very good look, so we will go with that. For the spoiler, we can do a ducktail, a cutout ducktail, large ducktail, a small wing, street wing, classic wing. Classic wing is kind of an interesting look, kind of a throwback to the old school, like 70s and 60s Dodge muscle cars. We got the big wing, chassis mounted wing, HSW ducktail, HSW small and big. Okay, so that's kind of cool. The you can do forged carbon for a few of the spoiler options if you want. Not bad. Now, personally, for me, these all these wings are pretty much overkill. I know this is a muscle car, even though it is electric. It's kind of weird saying that. Electric muscle car in the same sentence. Very, very weird. I'm going to have to get used to that. But let's go with the ducktail spoiler. Onto the suspension. Let's go ahead and slam this thing all the way down, and we'll close that wheel gap. Very nice. That looks really good. Okay, wheels, let's come back to those. So windows, since there's nothing special in the interior and I did not do a roll cage, let's go ahead and black out with some limo tint. Onto the wheels. Cheetah Carbon Rs, those are one of my favorite wheels in this entire game, and they look pretty much good on any car, especially muscle cars. So let's go with the Cheetah Carbon Rs for the wheels. Wheel color, let's come back to the wheel color once we figure out a respray. Tires, we will definitely go ahead and do bulletproof. Alright, now on to the respray. So we have a primary, and we have a secondary. Now, as far as what the secondary is... Okay, so it looks like it is the stitching on the interior is the secondary. And the trim color is just the interior as well, the trim color. So, for the primary, okay, let's go for a metallic silver. And on the secondary, let's go Torino Red for the secondary, and for the trim color, we will go Stone Silver for the trim color. Let's go back onto the livery options, scroll through here, and see if we can find any that look good. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, I wasn't really crazy about any of the livery options except for the first three. So we have the classic stripes, black stripes, and the white stripes. I think the only logical option is going to be the black stripes, so... Alright, we got the black stripes on there. That is looking very, very good. Wheels are looking fantastic. Let's see about coloring the wheels. Alright, let's go Stone Silver for the wheel color. As you can see, these wheels are carbon fiber, however, the outside rim of the wheel, you can choose the color option, and I like that the Stone Silver matches up with the bodywork. It is subtle, yet very clean. Alright, that is everything. Let's go ahead and get this thing outside, and we'll do a little walk around and some first driving impressions. Alright, so here we go. We got the Buffalo EVX outside. Got that beautiful pearlescent silver paint job. The wheels look absolutely amazing. I really am happy with the diffuser option we went with. Looks very clean. Taillights on this car look good as well. They did a pretty good job. The ducktail spoiler is very clean as well. I wish the stripes would have went over the spoiler, but that's all good, not a big deal. Alright, so there is a closer look at the hood. Also, one has these two holes in the front. It is very kind of unique looking. Hood scoop option, sick. Yeah, overall, this thing looks very, very nice. Even though it is electric, it definitely still screams muscle car. And I love that. Let's go ahead and get all the doors opened up here, get a closer look. Alright, so there you go. There is the underneath the hood. Looks like it's just a trunk, or a frunk as you would call that. Onto the interior options, so it looks like there is a back seat. However, you can only fit 2 players in this vehicle. Interior looks pretty nice, actually. I'm surprised. They did a pretty decent job. The red stitching is nice. So here is the trunk of the car, or technically, I guess you would call this a hatch. So definitely lots of room for groceries and whatnot in the back of this car. Very, very nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and rev it up here and do a little sound test. Alright, sounds pretty good. I don't know if you were able to hear that, but it's an electric car, so there's no sound at all. So you're not going to hear a sound. If you were able to hear something, then you may want to go get your hearing checked because there was no sound coming out of this car. So, and with any car in GTA Online that is in the muscle car class, you are able to do a wheelie. So simply hold down the handbrake, hit the gas and floor it, and release handbrake. There you go. There's a wheelie. Alright, so let's go ahead and do some first driving impressions. 3, 2, 1, go. So acceleration is very nice. So as with most electric cars in GTA Online, the acceleration on this thing is phenomenal. It is very good. I mean, this thing just gets up and goes, which is not really a surprise considering it is upgraded with the HSW upgrade. So this vehicle has a top speed of 144 miles per hour with the HSW upgrade, which is very, very fast. So I believe now this is now the first or second fastest muscle car around a track in GTA Online. So I have noticed this vehicle actually does make a little bit of a sound. The other electric vehicles in GTA Online, they're just completely silent. However, this one does make a little bit of a noise when it is accelerating. I think they did that on purpose because from what I have read from Dodge on their 2024 electric Challenger EV that they're coming out with, they purposely make it to have a sound too. It is very faint, so I'll shut up here for a minute so you can try to hear it. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's very faint. It kind of sounds like maybe like an electric golf cart accelerating, or almost like a spaceship UFO sounding. Top speed, 144 miles per hour. Very, very impressive for an electric car. Acceleration on this thing is pretty much amazing since it is HSW. Now the brakes. Let's go ahead and slam on the brakes here. Okay, so these brakes are not very good. That actually took quite a while to come to a complete stop. So it's a little disappointing the brakes are not that great for this thing, but definitely not a deal breaker by any means. It's just unfortunate that for almost $4 million you think you would get a car that had good brakes, but not a big deal. Let's try some handling here. As far as turning, it's a little squirrely on the turns, and that's because I think this vehicle is rear-wheel drive. Let's do a quick test and confirm that. Alright, let's do a quick drivetrain test here. Okay, so all 4 wheels are moving here, so this thing must be all-wheel drive, which is very surprising considering you can do a burnout like this, and we can also do the wheelie trick in muscle car, but yeah, according to the drivetrain test, and here we go, I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. This, all 4 wheels. So yeah, so this this vehicle is all-wheel drive. That's crazy. So yeah, back to the handling. It's pretty fishtaily. It gets pretty drifty on the corners. It's not a deal breaker by any means, but yeah, it definitely wants to kind of get a little loose on the turns as far as the rear end. sliding out, which is why I thought this vehicle would be rear-wheel drive, but it's not. So that's very interesting to me that it's all-wheel drive, but it drives like it's rear-wheel drive. That's kind of crazy. You could probably use this as a drift car, honestly. Alrighty guys, well that is going to pretty much do it for this video. Overall, the Buffalo Bravado EVX is a pretty crazy electric car in GTA Online. It is definitely fast, it is definitely very capable, however it's just really, really expensive. I'm not sure if I can justify $4 million for this level of performance. I mean, it's definitely a fast car, it's definitely quick, and it's definitely heavily armored, but man, $4 million, it's pretty pricey. Now, if you are not on Expanded Enhanced and you do not have HSW upgrade available, then I definitely would not recommend this car. If you are on the Expanded Enhanced, then yeah, go ahead and pick this one up if you have lots of money. If you're kind of tight on money, then I would probably wait till this goes on sale. Then it definitely will be worth it. So if you found this video helpful, please drop a like. Also consider subscribing to the channel if you are new. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.